Hello everyone, it is Bobo Mac here for Crisis in the Toyverse, and yes, once again we are looking at the Diamond Select Toys, the Real Ghostbusters Slimer action figure. We continue on this trek of the Real Ghostbuster line. As you can see, Slimer's encased in his plastic prison. He's looking quite adorable. We got some nice accessory pieces. Of course, this is the front of the package. Let me just go ahead and turn it to the side here. Of course, we got this wonderful box art here that showcases Slimer's mean mug. Well, adorable mug, if you will. And then on the back, some of the other figures in the line. Of course, we got Egon, which I haven't reviewed yet. Winston, we've already talked about. And yes, more pieces to finish the firehouse. So, let's go ahead and get this guy unboxed so I can talk about him just a wee bit more in depth. Hey everyone, alright, no more Slimer impersonations. I do apologize. As you can tell, I'm really stoked now that we got Slimer out of the box here. He's looking adorable, he's looking cute and slimy, and I think Diamond Select really rocked the boat in a great way of capturing that essence of Slimer, how he appeared throughout the Ghostbusters cartoon. I mean, look at that expression. If that doesn't scream nostalgia, 80s childhood, I don't know what will. Speaking of the figure, however, it came out great. The detail here is really good. The mold, for the most part, I believe it's just a reuse of the original Slimer we saw way back when we were trying to build the tower diorama. But Slimer looks good. Obviously, the face is sculpted a bit differently here, and it has that more cartoon look. I think the slime actually looks better on the figure than, say, how the slime body sort of looked on the movie version. Now, I understand that those are two separate things entirely, but I just really dig this version of Slimer. I mean, I don't know if it's the nostalgia heartstrings pulling at me, but it came out tremendously well. Let me just take him off his base here, because I'll cover that a lot more in accessories. Now, Slimer does not have a lot of articulation. No movement in the head or body whatsoever, but he does have several different type of ranges in the arms, if you will. The arms can go out quite a bit. They can go in and spin all the way around. We have, I can bring it up here, a swivel and hinge at the elbow here. So you got good range of movement there with Slimer. You're going to be able to get his hands in whatever direction you want. Then we have a swivel and hinge at the hand itself. I bring it down and bring it up quite up like so. I don't know where I was going with that. So, you know, not the most dynamic figure, but at the same time, it's a figure that didn't need to be super dynamic, because after all, it is a floating ghost. So let's go ahead and go to the fun part, and that is accessories, and we'll take it from there. So here we are with accessories for Slimer, and right off the bat, we have a more neutral expression for Slimer. Looking very good. I like the detail with the teeth sticking out. Very reminiscent of the cartoon. My eyes have a little crackage in the paint, but otherwise, everything came out really good. And then we have our second head sculpt, which is a more serious looking Slimer, or a Slimer getting ready for some action to help out the Ghostbusters. And if you have the previous Slimer from Diamond Select, all you need to remember is that they just pop in and out like so. And here's a side view of that. I do have some gappage, but if you just close it in a little more, it tends to work out a bit better. And then just for the fun of it, I'll stick in the other head sculpt here. Pop that in. This one seems to give me the most problems, but as you can see, it all looks really good and really clean, which I do enjoy. And of course, he's got a hole in his back. And the reason for that, if I can bring this out for a moment, is he has this flight stand from Diamond Select. It comes in several different pieces. So I'm going to just connect each piece right now. As you can see, it's standing like that. And then if you really want to extend it, what you do is you take this other rod and you plug it in, and lastly you take the last connecting joint, if you will, and then let me just bring this out, and then if you wanted to, you just plug Slimer in and then you adjust it accordingly. Now myself personally, I feel like Slimer's too heavy when you have it all set up really long like this, so what I like to do is just kind of trim the fat, if you will, and swivel it around, and you got Slimer there standing up like so. And the way I have the camera positioned right now, can't even see the rod, so I think that's a cool inclusion from Diamond Select. And our last accessory here is one of the wonderful pieces to help finish the firehouse. So that is awesome. We're getting closer, guys. Day by day, the firehouse keeps getting built and ready for more action. So very, very cool. Digging that very much so. And yeah, that's going to pretty much do it. So real quick, I'm going to get a thing set up and we'll do a quick size comparison between both Slimers and the Ghostbuster themselves. So be right back. So remember at the beginning of the video where I was like, oh, they just repainted the Slimer and put on a new head and whatnot. Truth be told, now that I popped out this old Slimer and compared with the Real Ghostbuster Slimer, I think the only thing they share is the body, to be honest with you guys. I mean, the arms are sculpted new, the head's different, it's got a different type of paint. Kudos to Diamond Select for doing that. I think that's really, really cool. So that is your size comparison. Real quick here, let me just throw in Winston for a moment so you can see how they all look with one another. Da 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 da. No, not da da da. Let's see here. Do, 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 do. So yeah, there's Winston in the middle, just to give you guys an idea. I picked these up at shopdst.com. I saw them at my local comic book place in town too, so they shouldn't be too hard to get a hold of this holiday season. If you really love this franchise, I would say pick it up if it's your thing. I really do dig the figure a lot. I think he looks good. He fits in with this Real Ghostbusters line, obviously, really well, and I'm thoroughly happy with my purchase, so hopefully you will be too if you pick it up. Let me know in the comments if you pick it up or not. But with that being said, though, guys, I think that's going to do it for today's show. Thank you guys very much for stopping by and clicking on the channel and sharing your comments and feedback and whatnot. It does not go unnoticed, so thank you. I have a whole bunch of links in the description below. If you get some free time, head over to undercovercapes.com. And if you're a fan of toy photography, make sure you head over to extreme-sets.com. Guys, there will be a slideshow at the end. Take care, and until next time, great googly moogly.